Hello amazing leaders and welcome to day 19 of our 90-day challenge. Today we're going to talk about your habits. What are your daily habits? Now what's interesting is that we all have them, whether we know it or not, and we have some good habits, we have some bad habits. And have you really thought about that? Because often they're just on autopilot. We don't even know that we're doing them. Have a think about what it is that you currently are doing. Maybe at the beginning of your day, that's always kind of a good place to start. It sets you up for how successful the rest of your day is going to be. Maybe have a think about some of the new habits you'd like to form or start as well, and see how you could incorporate those into your daily life. Are there some old bad habits maybe that you'd like to stop doing? If there is, the best way is to form a plan. Think about what it is that you're currently doing, how you could change it so that it stops those bad habits, those bad behaviours, and maybe you're replacing them with something new and better. Say it's around snacking or eating or something like that. Often we get into a bad habit about having a chocolate bar as opposed to a piece of fruit, and it may be the simple way of just having a lovely fruit bowl that is in eyesight, in easy reach, almost easier than in where the chocolate bars are kept. And you have that available to you and to your family. Maybe you stop ordering the chocolate bar so you're only left with another alternative. It's things like that that we can do, replacing our sugary drinks with water. Whatever it is that you need to do to start forming better habits. Maybe it's around going to bed earlier or waking up earlier. All these different things, just try and start something new. And my advice would be, don't be drastic in it. You only have to change things slightly. So it might be, rather than going to bed 2 hours earlier, you just start by going 10 minutes earlier and then just build that up over the course of a few weeks. Maybe the best way is to create your own 90-day habit forming challenge, so that at the end of that you've really formed something very solid and foundational within you. So it's intentional and you're building it up each day over those 90 days. You could even do a minute a day, go to bed a minute a day earlier for 90 days, and then you're an hour and a half earlier to bed by the end of that. And you're not really going to notice 1 minute earlier each day, are you? So you can see how by doing something very small it can build up over that course of 90 days to becoming an amazing habit for you and something that you're going to really benefit from. What is it that you do at the start of your day, but also at the end of your day as well? What are your habits around that? Those two endpoints, they really do bookend your day, and it's a great way to set yourself up to succeed and also to end your day thinking about tomorrow. So again, why not use this trick? At the end of your day, just spend 5 minutes planning your next day. What is it that you want to do? What is it you want to achieve and succeed? Who do you want to reach out to? And your brain will start working on that as you sleep. Just 5 minutes invested at the end of the day will make such a difference to the new day that you're going to start the following day. And your morning habits, what is it that you currently do? Do you have some good days and some bad days, some good weeks and some bad weeks? Think about all the good things that you do and how did you start doing those? What is it that you want to start doing more of? Things that you want to introduce to your day that improves it, improves yourself, whether that's reading in the morning first thing, whether that's meditating, whether that's exercising, going back out for a run in a minute as you can see here. What is it that you want to do? Also, we have some habits around food and drink, and it's within all of us. So do you have to have something sweet after you've had something savoury? Do you have to have a dessert after your main course? If you go to the cinema, do you have to have popcorn, and do you choose salted or sweet or mixture? Do you have to have sweets from the pick and mix station? What about when it's raining on a Sunday? Do you have a special breakfast or something else like that? Think about those habits around food and drink. What do you do at the end of the day when you sit down in front of the TV after you've eaten your meal? What snacks do you have then? Why do you have them? Is it something that our parents had, or that we had as a treat, or something that we've just been, introduced ourselves? Have a think about those things. Just think about it. I'm not asking you necessarily to change any of it, but just think about, why do we do those things? Why do we have certain meals on certain days? Why do we have birthday cakes at every birthday? Why do we have to bring cakes in to the office when it's our birthday at work? When did these things start? Could you change them? Could you have fruit rather than cakes? I know that might be extreme for some people, but just want you to think about it and challenge yourself. Because we often don't even realise what we're doing, or what we're not doing maybe. And that's where habits can really help you. And I know personally for me, I try and introduce a new habit, one at a time. Otherwise it becomes a bit overwhelming and a bit too much. And it's harder for us to concentrate on lots of things. But as I said yesterday, things aren't difficult, they're just different. And forming a new habit is a different way of doing something. Do you have exercise habits? A way to keep fit, to keep your body in shape, and to look after yourself? As we are amazing leaders, becoming amazing leaders, or continuing to be amazing leaders, we have to look after not only our mind but our body as well. Otherwise we won't be able to keep going and keep doing what we're doing. So exercise is extremely important. And again, it might just be the fact that you get your exercise equipment and your clothes and different things ready the night before. You could spend 2 minutes doing that. So when you wake up, you automatically get into your exercise gear and that you're ready to go. You don't even think about it. It's just something you do on autopilot. Do you have habits around money, or investing, or spending? What do you do when you get paid on your payday? Do you treat yourself to something because you've earned it, because you deserve it? It's interesting when we think about that, isn't it? Or do we know somebody that does that? I know somebody that always goes shopping on payday. And that's a habit that they've formed. But it's an interesting one. Other habits could be, on payday, you pay yourself first. You invest in yourself. And whether that's in training, or whether that's in the stock market, or whether that's in something else that you're investing your own money in, you pay yourself first. And there's a real good psychological habit to form there about investing your money in something that's going to give you a good return. But what do you do with it? What happens with money when you go out? What happens if you go for a meal? Who pays and why? So just think about your money habits. How much money do you have left at the end of the month before the next payday? Or how many days do you have left with no money at the end of the month? And how does that make you feel? Money is an interesting one because it's very difficult when you haven't got much. And it's hard and you're struggling and it's always on your mind and you're worried that the next bad thing is going to happen around money and that you're going to run out of money, or you're going to have an unexpected bill or something come up. So how about you form a habit to be able to save some money into a rainy day fund, so that when something breaks or something goes wrong, you've got the money set aside. Or have a holiday fund so that you can have enough money saved up for a lovely holiday to really enjoy, rather than potentially buying something that you don't really need. Maybe you form a new habit around online ordering, that actually if you want to order something online, you have to wait 24 hours before you actually do it. So you can put it into a basket, but before you check out, you have to wait 24 hours, or you have to ask your partner or tell your partner, that's what I want to buy. All these little tips and tricks, just helping you to form better habits. What learning habits do you have? How are you learning more? How are you becoming more amazing than you already are and better than you already are? What are you doing to challenge yourself then? I really want you to think about that. There's a great 3% rule that I love, that it says invest 3% of your income into your own learning each year. So you work that out for you. You take your annual salary and you take 3% of that and then you divide it by 12. How much money does that give you each month to invest in yourself? And the reason it's 3% and not a set figure is because as you grow and learn, your salary should and will improve. And then you can invest even more. Maybe you've got some learning goals and courses you'd love to go on, but right now are too much. So you can set that as a goal as to, okay, by this time, this date, I'm going to have enough money set aside to be able to go on that course. How many books are you reading about a certain topic? Or podcasts are you listening to, like this one? What are you doing to really improve yourself, your people around you? How are you encouraging your family and your friends to go on a learning journey with you? Who's giving you book recommendations? Who's buying you books? Who's telling you about the latest podcasts to listen to that they know you'll love because you're on the same wavelength as you and you're really working together at improving each other? Think about all these different habits and many more, and reach out to somebody today to say, look, I'd love to do this. Can I be accountable to you? And you ask me each day, have I done whatever it is that you want to do, or have I stopped doing something? So that you've got somebody there that you're accountable for, and that will really help improve your chances. Every day I'm on here talking to you, and that's my accountability. Hopefully you'd notice if a day was missed, but I'm going to keep going. We're on day 19, and there's lots more to talk about, lots more fun things coming up, some interviews that I'm really excited to do. If you'd love to be interviewed on here to share your goals and your 90-day challenge, then talk to me, and let's get a date set up so we can do an online interview, so it can be one of these 90-day challenges that we're listening to you as well. So I hope that's been helpful. I hope you'll have an amazing day, and remember, why be average when you can be amazing?